Hi friends, Susan Campfield here with Suestampfield.com. Welcome to my stamp room. Come on in, we're going to create together. I hope you're doing well tonight on this Tuesday evening. I'm here with you live from Minnesota. I live in St. Paul, Minnesota, and it is the 18th of November, which means next week is Thanksgiving. Where did this year go? It's just been flying by. So good to see all of you. I want to thank you for making and sending handmade cards. You guys are amazing. You are making the world a kinder place with every single card that you get out there. So props to you. You're amazing. I hope in these videos you get a little inspiration so that you make and send even more cards. That said, tonight we're actually not going to make a card. We're going to make a could be a treat holder, a gift holder. I'm thinking what we're going to do is something you'd put at your Thanksgiving table, maybe at each person's spot. Also some ideas on what you could do for Christmas and put at each person's spot. So, ooh, hard to talk. Bunch of stuff just came back in stock. So if you've been waiting for items to get back in stock, just a heads up that who was it that emailed me today about the dove, the dies with the doves in them. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is going to be one of those nights where Susan does not have her words. Hold on, let me look at the name. Oh, I'm sorry, Mercy. I have a dog flopped on the floor right in the path of where I needed to go there. The Peace on Earth dies are back in stock, and a bunch of other things are too. In fact, there's very few things that are out of stock. One of them is the Peaceful Garden Designer paper that's out till December 1st. If there's anything else that you're waiting for and you want me to get a date for you, I'm happy to do that. Just let me know. We'll do that at the end of the video. But let's dive right in and make a project. Let's hit the button. I've been having some issues with my, is that, okay, good. All right, my camera's not upside down. I'm having a few issues with my camera staying in the holder. So I've MacGyvered it, you guys. I'm using a bungee cord, a little baby bungee cord. It's adorable. And now for some reason it's kind of zoomed in, but I'm just going to go with it at this point. So I apologize if we're a little close tonight. You're going to see things up close and in person for sure. I put this on my desk because I wanted to remember to tell you that this the kit is back in stock. It is called Road to Christmas. It's only $14. And we have been waiting for this one. It was so insanely popular. It sold out really, really fast. So if this one has been on your list either to make for a friend, make for yourself, or gift to somebody, it is back in stock. And it's while supplies last. So, all right, I'm going to set that aside, and we are going to make a treat holder project tonight. Hi, Joe. Good to see you. Oh, so good to see all my friends here in the comments. Hey, guys. Yes, Leanne was right ahead of me. That red truck card kit is into stock too. So I received this adorable gift at the Stampin' Up! Leadership Conference that I was in last week. It was from one of our artisans, Jay Soriano. I always want to say Sorano, but I think it's Soriano. And his website is Mitsu. Wait. Hang on. I wrote it down. So Mitosu Crafts. Mitosu Crafts. So he has a YouTube channel, a blog. He's one of our artisans. He does absolutely beautiful and stunning work. So he gifted me this little treat holder. Now he's from the UK. So inside it we have this sort of Snickers bar that I don't think we get these here. Our Snickers look different, don't they, friends? But no worries, I found some treats. So I thought tonight we could make a Thanksgiving version of this or a fall version. And then we'll talk about too what you could do for Christmas. Obviously, this one could be Christmas or winter. This one is with the adorable Festive Friends bundle, which I love. So let's, in fact, let me grab. Here's one of the cards that we made with that bundle. So yeah, just super, super cute. All right, so let's get started. And I'm hoping that you will all help me design our project tonight. So this is kind of our similar to this is our end game. Oh, thank you. Anne is sharing Jay's website or his blog. It's right there. So the mitsucrafts.com. Thank you, Anne. Fantastic. Check out his stuff. All right, so we're going to do an autumn version of this little treat holder. And I need your help, guys. So which designer paper? We're going to start with the paper because that's going to determine what other colors you want to use. So do we want to use, pull it out here, the autumn toile, and we would use this one with the nature's bounty on it here, or do we want to use the gathering, is it gathering together? Gathering Together designer paper. That's the bundle. It's called Gathering Moments. So A or B, let me know in the comments which direction we want to go on tonight's project. A or B, let me know. And then that is going to determine what we want to do for our cardstock color. So A is Autumn Toile and B is the Gathering Moments. I think either one is going to look great. You actually could even mix and match, honestly. So A or B, let me know in the comments. I've got a vote for A and a vote for B. So we're tied right now, you guys. Someone needs to break the tie. Autumn Toile, a few more for B. All right, it's this one is in the lead right now, and it is still in the lead, but it's pretty tight. Here come a bunch more B's. Now, I may not be live on, oh yeah, I am live on Facebook. Hey, Facebook friends, what are you voting? I'm gonna scroll back here because I missed a bunch of votes. All right, it's pretty, boy, okay. All right, it's pretty close, but I think Autumn Toile is squeaking out the win on this one. So let's go with Autumn Toile, friends. There, oh, now I just got a whole bunch of bees though. Oh gosh, you guys. All right, this is a tough one. All right, let's, here we come, here we come. All right, let's go Autumn Toile. All right, making an executive decision here. It's very tight, not a wrong answer. Either one would look fantastic. Cheryl says B, 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 B. And Deborah says A all the way. So we are going to go with A. Now, A is Autumn Toile. It is back in stock. We did a set of 4 cards together. Remember that? Okay, you're saying, Susan, you're only holding up 3 cards. I am only holding up 3 cards because I mailed off the one that used this paper because that's what we do with cards. We send them in the mail, right? So I love the versatility of this paper. It's great for masculine, all sorts of things beyond the holiday. Really, really great for masculine, isn't it? So we're going to use this one. So let's get started with that. I'm going to let's just throw it on the floor, friends, because I got a super messy craft room here. So, and then afterwards, my camera was super duper zoomed up, and now it's only kind of sort of zoomed up. So, oh my goodness. Technology, I tell ya, crazy, crazy stuff. All right, this is, we're going to start with the designer paper, or the demonstrators have a nickname for designer series paper, which is DSP. So if you ever hear DSP, it's just pattern paper. That's what we're talking about. So we're going to cut this at 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So I've got 2.5, cut that, set that aside, and then we'll flip it around to 3.5. So, oh, that sounds like math, but so you could get a bunch of these. A bunch of these out of a pack. I don't want to do the math, you guys. Okay, so we've got our paper here, super cute. And we've got the other side there, but we're going to be covered that up. Cheryl has not seen the desktop of her craft room in a week. Oh, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It's pretty messy here. Okay, so now we need to decide what color of cardstock we want to do for our project. So I've got a couple pulled out here. We could go this way with good old Cajun Craze. Really lean into that autumn feel, right? Very much a sort of Thanksgiving color. We could also go with Pecan Pie, a little bit softer. Or we also could go with Early Espresso, bold and dark. I think that one's a little dark. All right, well, let's ask the experts. All right, guys, you're up. All right, so what color is our base going to be? 1, 2, or number 3? 1 is Cajun Craze, 2 is Pecan Pie, and 3 is early espresso. Let me know in the comments which one we're using, 1, 2, or 3. Oh, I'm getting some votes coming in here before I even gave you the numbers. 1, 2, or 3. We got 2 votes for this one and 1 for that one. So, another couple for pecan pie, another one for Cajun. Let's see here. 111. Okay, I think Cajun is leading the way. I'm gonna scroll back because I get like 50 votes all in one go, and then I kind of lose my place. So, um, yep. Okay, it looks like Cajun Craze has squeaked out the win here, but pecan pie was very popular. I'm very sorry to inform you, Early Espresso, that nobody wants you. So we're going to set those aside and let's go with a little Cajun Craze action here. And so we're going to bring our paper trimmer back in and we're going to do some cutting. Oh, Thelma felt bad for Early Espresso. She voted for that one. So thank you for doing it. It feels better now. All right. So paper does not have feelings, Susan. It's okay. All right. So we're going to cut this at 2 3/4. Boy, golly, do I really hope these measurements are right. All right, I did them in a hurry. So 2 3/4. Oh, Susan, you're off the camera. Well, I know that's because it's crazy zoomed up. What the heck? And 2 3/4 by 8 1/4 long. So this is 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So I'm just going to trim it down a skosh here. So I'm going to chop it down to 8 1/4. Just cut off a little sliver there. You know, honestly, you probably could leave it 8.5, but then you'd have to change all the score lines, and we're not doing that. So we're going to stick with this. Pull this down here. All right, and we're going to do a little bit of creasing. So I am going to score at 3 3/4 right here. So I've got my scoring blade. That's the lighter gray one. Let's pull that down just a little bit. And I'm going to score it again at 4.5. Okay. All right. So if I did it right, these will now match at the top. Yay, success. All right, let's do a little recap on that. So I could get 4 of those from one sheet. You were so right, Marcia. Good math. A plus. So Anne has our measurements here on our base. It is 8 1/4 by 2 3/4, and it's scored at 3 3/4 and 4.5. Okay, and it's going to fold up just like so. And then we have our DSP. I bet Anne shared the measurements for that. Let me scroll way back before all our crazy voting happened. And I might need you to just type that in again because we did a lot. Oh no, here I found it, guys. Take a sip, everyone. I got it. So this is 2.5 by 3.5, and I'm reminding myself I wanted to cut 2 of these, and I only cut 1. Silly Susan. All right, now the second one is optional. I decided that if I was going to use this as a table favor, and if it was maybe going to be sitting on their plate, I would want a piece on the back too, so the people on the other side of the table would have something pretty to look at, right? So let's go ahead and cut this one, those same measurements. So 2.5, and it's already that width by, what did I say? 3.5. Okay. All right, now I've got my 2 pieces. Fantastic. All right, let's put that away and let's hide this comment. And let's go back here. All right, fabulous. Oh, thank you, Anne. She did drop it again, but I did eventually find it. So I think I'm done with the paper trimmer, you guys. Okay, so we've got this piece. We're going to go ahead and just pop our designer paper on there. You see it fits perfectly. And you know, you could have some family members actually make these at Thanksgiving and put them around at people's tables. I mean, you could make these super simple. You could literally just put on the pretty paper and do a minimal amount of decorating and call it done. So we're gonna go a little over the top because that's how we work it here, guys. That's how we like to do things, isn't it? But you wouldn't have to. All right, so I've got that on there. And then what we're going to do is put a little hole punch and tie some ribbon through that. And then we're gonna decorate this little guy. Okay. So what do we want to put inside? Let's talk about that. Now, again, Jay's adorable version here had a Snickers in there, fancy UK Snickers, maybe. I don't know. Do we have these in our country? I don't know if I've ever seen that. So, this is another option right here. This is a Kit Kat. I picked these up today at our local Walgreens store, and this would fit right in there. I think I'd probably tilt it up, honestly. And then you're going to want to secure that with a glue dot. Jay has his just secured with a glue dot. A glue dot's going to hold it in place so it doesn't go sliding out, but it's not going to be so hard that they're not going to be able to get it out. Just a gentle tug and it would come right out. Okay, so that is one option. Another option is this. This is a chapstick and it is gingerbread cookie flavor. I also got this today at my local Walgreens. They have this one and they have the peppermint candy cane ones, which I actually am addicted to the chapstick candy cane flavor. I have like 6 of them in every corner of my house because I love peppermint. But I hadn't seen this one before and I thought it was adorable. And of course, you know what that made me think of, guys, right? It immediately made me think of our gingerbread bundle and how cute would this little holder be for the holidays for Christmas with a gingerbread on the front. You could even extend it so it's a little bit taller and longer or just have your gingerbread man poke over the top would also be super cute. So yeah, anyway, just an idea. So this would also need to be just tacked in there with a glue dot. And you know what? I think I'm going to use the chapstick because it's kind of different. Well, I don't know. Let me ask you, which one should I do? So should I do our gingerbread cookie chapstick, which just so happens to almost perfectly match the color of cardstock you guys picked, because I'm all about matchy-matchy, or should we go with the red Kit Kat? Now, I do think that the Kit Kat would be adorable if you did this version with the Santa on it. Like, how cute would that be? So which one are we doing, guys? Let's say this is A and this is B. A and B. Let me know which one I'm putting in there. And I'm going to grab the Santa while you're voting. So we could do this this little holder with the Santa on the front. This is also Festive Friends, and put the Kit Kat inside, right? So, oh, both. Yeah, you totally could do both. Oh, this is making me hungry, you guys. We have not eaten supper yet. My husband is a pharmacist and works retail hours, so we do tend to eat dinner late. So I've got it cooking in the crock pot. And here's the drawback with the crock pot. The whole house smells amazing. And it makes me hungry. So we're going to go with the chapstick, but you absolutely could double stack and do, let's just see if both would fit in there. They would be a little bit, no, yeah, a little bulgy in the middle, but this is totally fine. Yeah, you absolutely could do both. I'm going to just do the chapstick, at least for now, but I'm dying to try it, honestly. I want to know what it tastes like. But I'm going to be good and stick it in here for now. So I'm just going to take one glue dot and pop it inside. All right. I think it's easier probably to put it in now before I start doing all my decorating. All right, so now I'm just going to close it, shut it up here, and I want to punch a hole in this and secure it with some ribbon. Okay, so let's grab a punch. So this cute little set of punches, oh my gosh, I don't remember what these are called. Any of my demonstrator friends that are watching, what's in my crock pot? It's chicken Dijon, actually, and it smells so good. And then my son is making roasted new potatoes in the oven while I told him to get that started. I had them all ready to go. You just need to put them in and keep an eye on them so they don't burn. So this adorable set of, it's a trio of punches that does a slot, no, Susan, a slot, a hole, and then a slot with a hole. So all the things. So depending on how wide your ribbon is, you could pick your pick which one you want to use. I'm going to try the whole. It might be a little tiny for the ribbon I want to use, honestly, but let's give it a go. Yeah, that might be too tight. So I'm just holding these together and I'm going to punch through both of them. And if it's, whoa, there we go. If it's too skinny, you can see the hole there, hopefully. If it's too skinny, I'll just punch this around it and make it wider, right? We can make that work. So, all right. So yeah, it's smelling really good, you guys. I'll let you know how it is. It's, you know, one of the ones I just Googled it. Crockpot chicken recipe, and that one came up and it sounded yummy. So I'm going to use the irregular trim that is actually part of this suite, the Autumn 12 suite, and I'm going to poke it through here. Now this irregular trim is irregular. What a surprise, right? And I'm going to poke it right through. Come on, come on, come on. Let's see. Okay. Poking it through, and we've got that. Whole punch assortment. Yeah, I think you're right, Anne. Thank you so much. So I've got links of this through, and yeah, I need to share that recipe. If it's good, I'll totally share it, you guys. I love to share recipes with you. All right, so I'm eyeballing this. I haven't measured it. I've just pulled through, so I have a nice length poking out here, and I'm just going to trim that. And now I'm going to do the same thing Jay did, and I'm going to tie it with a piece of baker's twine. Now, I could use my baker's twine essential pack, which has white, black, gray granite, and crumb cake, I think, in it. Oh, and vanilla. But instead, vanilla would be nice on this. But I'm actually going to use the Early Espresso and Old Olive Linen thread that come with this suite. And I'm going to use the Early Espresso because we're actually going to stamp our greeting in Early Espresso, and there is quite a bit of Early Espresso in our paper here. So I'm just going to, I don't know, chop off a chunk. And I'm going to tie this. Now, if you don't like bows, you don't have to do this in a bow. It's totally fine. You can just knot it and it will be totally fine. I am going to tie a bow here because Jay did, and I love his little gift that he gave me. And I felt so special that he gave me that. And you know what? That's what happens when we make these handmade things and give them to people, right? So I mean, this little treat holder would be great to give a coworker who's having a birthday, a neighbor, someone from church, just make their day, right? So I'm just going to, someone that's a shut-in, that's not getting out right now to be with their family for Thanksgiving. What an awesome thing to gift them. All right, so I've got that in there and I made it crazy too long. So let's just cut a little bit of that off. There we go. All right, so we've got our little fancy ribbon topper on there. Now, all we need to do is decorate it. And honestly, it's pretty dang cute just like it is. But we have things, don't we, friends? We have lots of things. Oh, you just ordered the chapstick from Walmart? Good find. All right, so let's go ahead and what am I doing here? We're going to decorate this. So, oh, so many choices. So here's what I'm planning. I'm going to use Amber Autumn and I'm going to use Grateful for You. So let's grab a little scrap of Very Vanilla. And I'm using Very Vanilla because there is a Very Vanilla background on this. And I like to be matchy-matchy. Now, if we'd gone the other way and we'd used this one, hang on, let me grab it. If we had used the Gathering Together designer paper, I probably would have used white for my greeting because this paper is predominantly white background. But, you know, you can go with whatever works. So I'm going to grab my Early Espresso ink pad. And here's what I love about die cutting things. I'm going to be die cutting this out, so I don't even care if it's straight or not because I can just make the die go crooked if my stamping is crooked. Oh, of course, I got it perfectly straight because of that, but it doesn't matter. All right, so we've got that, and we're going to die cut it. I'm going to slide these off to the side, and I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine. And again, my camera is decided to be very on point tonight and super duper zoomed up, so I do apologize if it's a little bit in your face. We are going to die cut these with the traditional label dies. These are back in stock. These have been so popular. They've been tricky to keep in stock, but we're going to use this one because my words fit in it. That's my main reason. And then I'm going to layer it on here in gold, I'm thinking, unless we decide not to do that, but I'll cut it in case we want to go that route. So I got a chunk of gold here. Oh yeah, that fits. Yay. All right. And then while I'm at it, we're using Amber Autumn stamp set, which means, of course, I got the bundle and saved 10% by getting both. And so I'm going to use this cool like shaft of wheat die. It reminds me of Thanksgiving. My mom growing up, and she still has this, her china that she got when they were married has shafts of wheat on it, right, Anne? I think that's what they are. And so I don't know, it makes me think of my family Thanksgiving because it was only holidays that we used the fancy china, you know? All right. Mints would work. Oh, tea bag. That's a good idea. You could put a cellophane baggie with Andes mints. You know what? A Ghirardelli chocolate square is never goes amiss, right? So there are lots of options for what you could put in here. You don't have to go the candy or chapstick route. There are many, many choices. So I'm going to pull off this little gold shaft of wheat there. And did I literally put that through and not stick it down? Well, that was not very smart, Susan. It went crooked on you. I forgot to use my Post-it note, you guys. And now it's all crooked. You know what that means? Because Susan is a little anal retentive, we are going to do it again. And it would be really awesome if I had known I was going to mess it up and had two pieces. But hang on, I got one over here. I can shop it right here. All right, there we go. It's a bit large. It's a bit large, but it will do the job just fine. Okay, I'm doing it over. And this time I'm going to use a Post-it note so it doesn't go crooked. I stamped that straight, you guys. You saw me. And then I cut it crooked. Oh my gosh, Susan, really? All right. Do over. All right, so let's bring our die cutting machine back in and let's do it properly this time. Susan, oh goodness. All right, here we go. Your mom had the same china. How cool is that? All right, we're gonna go ahead and flip this around. Yeah, let's give a shout out to Anne Seidel, who is moderating for us this evening. She is doing a fabulous job. Thank you, Anne. And I'm going to grab my sticky notes, which is what I should have done last time. I got all excited to get my die cutting through and forgot that I didn't want wonky words. So now it can't shift on me, hopefully. So let's crank that through. And a big clunk at the end. All right, let's see what we got building here, guys. All right, blah. Should have pulled that out before I set it on my chair over here, but it's all good. It's all good. All right, pull off our Post-it. So much better. It's actually still a little bit crooked, but it's better than the first attempt. All right, let's go to our project here. So we've got, now this is going to be big. So we can decide where I would probably put it up high so that I've got a pumpkin peeking out. If I was doing it on this side, I'd probably put it down low so those pumpkins would show. What I'm trying to say is you can slide it around and put it wherever you want. So I'm going to put it up high so that I've got a pumpkin peeking out there. And we're going to go ahead and take our little wheat shaft here. We're going to lay that right on this label so that it's kind of poking up. And I think that looks good. We're going to stick it down with a dimensional. So squish it on there, and then we'll add another one. Take the backings off of those and put on our greeting. Right there. It's almost centered, kind of, sort of. Close enough. And then we're going to pop it right on here. Now I can poke this up. I can put this on with dimensionals, or I can put it on flat. This isn't going to be mailed, right? So it totally doesn't matter. I can go bonkers with my dimensionals as I like to do. And then, as you might imagine, I want to add a little bit of pizzazz and sparkle here. So Andy's mints would also work so much. All right, we're gonna pop this right up here because I want those cute pumpkins showing. And then we're gonna put a little bling on this. All right, so let me grab some sparklies. I've been using these so much, I have to look and see if I have any of the gold left. These are the adhesive back metallic gems. Looks like I'm in luck. I have some gold left on here. So let's open that up. And if you were a take your pick tool, where do you think oh, here we go, found it. Take a sip, everyone. So I'm a messy, if you're watching for the first time, you maybe don't know what I'm talking about. I'm a messy crafter and I lose stuff all the time. And so we make it into a game. And when I find it again, we all say found it, and we take a sip of our beverage. So I've got that on there, and I'm gonna add another one another big one up on top, just for a little added sparkly fun. And there we have our super simple little, I guess, would you call it a table favor? Is that what we would call that? That you could put at your holiday table, or a gift for your coworkers, your church family, anyone, a neighbor, that could use a little pick-me-up. And of course, instead of using the chapstick, you could do a Kit Kat. I know many of you do things for senior centers, and I love that. If you did decide to do something like this for a senior center, you might want to go with like a chapstick so that people who have diabetes would still be able to get the gift, or you could do some with chapstick and some with candy, or use some diabetic, sugar-free candy as well. Just a thought. I know when my mom and her garden club gals do May baskets for the local nursing homes in their area, they always include some sugar-free versions for diabetic people. So just a very simple little treat holder. Now the other greeting you could put on here is, okay, where'd it go, you guys? Here it is. You could put autumn wishes on there. I think that would, you know what? Can we do autumn wishes on the other side? Oh, humor me. Let's do that really quick and we'll wrap it up. I just think autumn wishes would be really nice. So I got another piece of paper. It's all good. Autumn wishes, and let's grab that. Let's see what that looks like, you guys. This one's going to be a double decorated. And so simple, right? So simple to make. All right, let's pop that right there. Okay, that's mega huge, but hey, it's all good. And let's just, I'm just gonna use the same dies because they're right here at my elbow, and we're keeping it easy tonight. All right, let's bring that here and here and right here. And let's put a sticky note on there and tack that in place. So let me know in the comments, does anyone have any questions about things that have been in stock that you're wondering if they're back or not? It's not just the sugar, it's the total carbs. Yeah, good point, Cheryl. Thanks for sharing that. So really, you'd be better off going with a non-food item altogether, right? Like chapstick. So thank you for sharing that. That is super helpful. All right, so we've got our autumn wishes here. Now this die is starting to stick, so the next time I go to use it, I am going to rub it with the wax paper, but I will forget. So I'm going to do it now so that it's all ready next time I go to use it. This is what you want to do with a super detailed die if it starts to stick like that. All right, so we've got our autumn wishes, and let's bring in, I happen to have already have that same label cut here, so we'll make that easy peasy. And let's decorate the other side because we can, guys, right? Oh, where should we put it? Should we put it up? So, you know what? I'm going to put it up so it's the same as the other side. And you do get those super cute acorns and leaves. And we do have the pumpkins on the other side. So it's all good. And I'm going to, do I have a shaft of wheat floating around? No, I don't. So we're this side doesn't get the wheat. Sorry. It just doesn't. Where are my dimensionals, you guys? I put the stamp set on them. Okay, of course I did. Of course I did. Take a sip, friends. I have a Loki. You're going to make a Christmas ones for your guests. Yay! I love it. I think he would be super duper cute. I think the gingerbread man would be super cute. I think the snowman from Festive Friends would be super cute. There's also a elf that's part of that. So yeah, awesome, fun thing for the holidays. All right, let's bring this in here and pop that on. And we're going to stick that in place. I love the font on this Amber Autumn. It is so gorgeous. All right, let's pop this on here. 3 found it's tonight. Oh, that's pretty good for me, you guys. That's not too bad, Chris. We're not done yet, are we? So, you know, but I am wrapping it up here. So hopefully I'll manage to not lose anything in their final moments together. All right, there we have our autumn wishes, but you know, got to do the blank. Now, honestly, I'm using gold because I use gold here, but you know what? The copper would also work nicely on this just because of the Cajun craze. So you could go either way on that. Let's stick on a big one and a little one. And another one on the other side, either big or little, doesn't matter. And there we have our other side. So it's a twofer. It's a twofer, you guys, sort of, kind of. Don't lose your wheat die. You saw it flying off the screen. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I have captured it. You guys need to help me, save me from myself, right? All right, I'm gonna just right now, I'm gonna put it right back on this magnet sheet before it goes anywhere else. All right, fantastic. There, let me bring in the measurements here so that you can just go make a ton of these little cuties. Let's see. All right, so we've got Jay's there, we've got my version. Where do the directions go? Here we go. Let's bring that in right here. All right, take a screenshot of that, friends. I'm going to slide it down so you can see the ribbons. And capture that. We can also flip this over if you want to take a picture of that side in case you like that one better. We have options, right? There we go. Yay. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to flip the camera here. I do want to remind you, I totally forgot to do this tonight. I do send out free project sheets. If you want to sign up for those, you can go to suestampfield.com, click on free project sheets, and I send out a couple a month. So there'll be, I think I've only sent one out this month so far. So another one's coming. And occasionally I drop in recipes and other things in those emails as well. So you can subscribe there. Now, I want to remind you that Crafternoon is coming this Saturday. Is that right? Oh my gosh, I got to get busy. This Saturday is Crafternoon. So, of course, I have our full designed and a couple projects, but I have a bunch more to make. So, 3 p.m. on Saturday will be Crafternoon. That's my monthly class. So people who placed a $50 order with me last month got a packet in the mail to make this card along with me. And if you would like to get a packet in December to make the next one, just place a $50 order in my online store here in November, and you will be all set next month. To make 12 of these, Marcia says you just need 1 sheet of designer paper and 3 sheets of cardstock. How awesome is that? It would be like very efficient use of your supplies. So I'm just scrolling here to see if I have any more questions to answer, and I'm not seeing any. So I hope you guys join me on Saturday for Crafternoon, and I am going to go join my family here. to have chicken Dijon from the crock pot, and I'll let you know if it's good or not. So take care, have a great week, and I'll see you on Saturday. Bye bye.